So let's jump right in, shall we? As we all know, it is primary season. And so where I live, election day is day after tomorrow on the 30th. And so I've filled out my ballot and then I've got to drop it off at a drop box. And, I live in Colorado. So I have two choices for governor, okay, on the Democrat side because I'm not Republican, so I don't vote in their primary, but I don't think we had a primary for Republicans here this year. But I really like Michael Bennet. Um, but he's not as progressive as I think we need. So I'm not voting for him. I'm going to vote for the other guy, Bill Weiser. And I like John Hickenlooper. But again, he's 74, and we desperately need new blood in Congress. So I'm voting for his opponent. And I don't even remember her name now. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. She's more liberal leaning. She is liberal. And that's what we need now. And on that note, because the Federalist Society, I think it is, and the Project 2025, and they want to repeal the 20th century. Well, here's something that's really super interesting is the fact that right now, the Republicans' enthusiasm for voting is not up there. It's not up there at all. So now Trump is trying to drum up the enthusiasm, um, to fearmonger, because that's what Republicans do now. They don't run on policy ideas. They don't run on things that they want to do to help out their constituents. No, what they run on is things that will scare the living shit out of their constituents. Like trans folks, anyone in the LGBTQ community, black and brown people. A few years ago, there was a migrant caravan heading towards the southern border of the United States, which it never came. So, yeah, they try to come up with things to say that will scare the living shit out of their constituents so that they vote out of fear and not out of information. And that makes sense because Republicans don't have any information. They can't exactly go to their constituents and say, so my platform is I'm going to cut taxes for billionaires. And I'm going to deregulate corporations so that they can pollute our drinking water and our air. How's that grab you? Vote for me. No. I mean, it would be great if they would be honest like that, but they're not going to be. So instead of telling you how they're going to make things better for you, they're going to tell you things that are going to keep you up at night and keep your eyes glued to Fox News so they can scare you some more and piss you off some more. And yeah, that's great. So anyway, Trump's new thing now is that communists. Geez, I think we're back in the 1950s. The Red Scare. Oh my God. Communism. The communists are coming. The communists are coming. Um, no. And here's the other thing. Those folks on the right that use buzzwords like communism or socialism, has any of them ever defined either one of those words? No? Okay, I didn't think so. So, here's the thing. I didn't know really what communism was myself. So, given the fact that I like to know things, I like to learn things, I looked it up, on Google. And this is what I learned. This is the definition. This is a short definition. Communism, a political and economic system where property and wealth are owned collectively by the public rather than by individuals. Public ownership instead of individuals or corporations owning businesses and factories. The community or the state owns it. And then no social classes. Everyone is the same. Okay. Communism wouldn't work in this country. Okay. It just wouldn't. Because we are entrepreneurs, and this is part of the reason why communism it can't work, is because most people have the entrepreneurial spirit. They want to invent things, or they want to create things, and they want those things to be theirs. Okay? That's it in a nutshell. So no, communism wouldn't work in this country. Communism didn't work in Russia. That's why it fell in 89. It lasted for 70 years, yes, but it still fell. And it fell mainly because the people were in a terrible position. They had nothing. Absolutely nothing. The state had everything. Period. And you notice that was one of the things. The state owns them. Okay. Now, and that's the other thing. The operative word, the root word in communism is commune. Okay. Back in the 60s and the 70s, during the counterculture movement, the hippies, people were moving into communes where everything is community based. Okay. That's what it's supposed to be. Everything is community based. But in communist Russia, it wasn't community based. And those at the top stayed at the top, and they're the ones that had everything. The regular working class, the working stiffs, they had nothing. They had bread lines. That's what they had. And so, no, they didn't have anything. They didn't even have choices. You ever seen the movie Moscow on the Hudson? It's very good. It's Robin Williams. He defects from Russia. He's in the grocery store trying to do his part for the family that he's staying with, and they want him to go buy coffee, and he's in the coffee aisle, and he just is freaking out over all the choices. All the different brands, all the choices. Regular, decaf. Oh my God. This and he had a meltdown. So no, communism wouldn't work in this country. So if you're a Republican and you're watching this, okay, don't even worry about it. Okay? And don't go around calling liberals communists because we're not. Okay? We just want equity, things to be equal. We just want to be able to afford everything that we need to survive and have some money left over for an emergency or maybe a vacation or something. So there's that. Communists are not coming. America is not going to turn communist. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because the problem with communism is that greed takes over. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened in Russia. Greed took over. And Stalin, Lenin, uh, Brezhnev, and all the other communist leaders, they were greedy. Except for the last one, Gorbachev. He was the president of Russia when communism fell. And from what I know about that guy, he was not that bad. Okay. But I mean, we're talking this is 40 years ago. So I haven't done any real reading on that. But communism will not take hold in this country. Democratic socialism probably will. And that's okay. Because there are European countries like Norway and Sweden that are democratic socialist countries. They take care of their people. That's what the government is for, to take care of the people, by the people, for the people, of the people. Got to remember that. Got to get out and vote, but by the people, for the people, of the people, not by the corporation, for the corporation, of the corporation, or we, the rich white guys. Preamble doesn't start out that way. We, the people, all the people. Actually includes them too, but they've got more money than God, so they think they can do what they want. That I think is going to come to an end. Good Lord willing, it will. But anyway, that is my rant. The definition about what communism is, that's not an opinion, that is the actual definition. It was the shorter definition, but it was still a definition. So you need to learn that. Don't be afraid of that. Don't freak out about that. Anyway, that's my rant. And if you got anything out of this video, hit that like button, this one. Subscribe, comment, share. Help my teeny tiny channel to get a little bit bigger. And maybe a little bit bigger. And maybe a little bit bigger. I would appreciate it. Anyway, my internet friends, please take care of yourselves wherever you are.